we will get better. All right. Again, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Marty Blankenship, how you doing? All right, we're gonna do some invites. So for those of you that are watching on the tube, bear with me. I'm gonna get started here momentarily. I'm trying something new today. Got two platforms going at the same time. I finally figured that part out. Now we just gotta get better, which is our first lesson of the day. Just do it, okay? It's not gonna be perfect the first time you do something. It's not supposed to be, not designed to be perfect, but just do it, okay? Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do, whether that's being starting a business, losing weight, talking to somebody you like, just do it. Just get started. Most people that I talk to and I speak with are not successful in the things that they do because they don't get started. It's very simple. They don't even get started. They don't take the first step. So, take the first step. And sometimes you don't even realize what the first step is. And if you don't, and if you're in that situation, then guess what? Do something. Because a whole lot of something, well, a little of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. A little of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. I don't know why I can't juice unless I clean my cutting board. Y'all see what my cutting board is, right? Now, this channel, now I have dedicated my life to healthy living, teaching people the fall of mankind, why we are the way we are, teaching about the hunger spell, why we're under the hunger spell, how to overcome the hunger spell, and the things that you can do daily, weekly, hourly, monthly to combat the things that you don't even realize you're dealing with. Okay? So let's talk about, and I'm gonna give some credit to Mr. Christopher Aaron for pulling me out of the darkness and teaching me, and Mr. John Rose for being such an awesome inspiration and being such a pioneer and going on this hero's journey. So I'm not making up any of this information. You can research anything I tell you, and you can go from there, okay? Because we are truly under a spell. All of us. You have a serpent in your belly. Every last one of us. And if you don't start doing some things differently, I hate to be a bearer of bad news. You're going to die a horrible, miserable death. It's going to be slow and agonizing and very painful. How am I so sure of that? Well, just look around. Look around and look at what's going on. And I'm also, I went and got a certificate that says that I can coach people through life, being a life coach. I didn't need a piece of paper because I was already doing it. But I started taking on some clients. Free of charge, by the way. Okay, because, I'm still learning. And I always like to give back to the universe. As I learn things, I always like to give back. So I've been counseling and teaching and helping and hadn't even been charging. Okay? But what I've been finding out is we are so damaged that sometimes I wonder if we are actually beyond repair. And up until recently, I didn't think we were. I didn't think we could be repaired. So, we are all under things that we don't even realize it. And I'm going to try to work from the bottom up this morning. And I just want to educate you, okay? I want to educate you on some things that are going on that you probably don't realize. Well, you know what? It's easier for me to work from the top down. All right? It's just easier for me because I have them almost memorized that way. It's called the fall of mankind. And if we constantly, and I say we because we all are in this together. If we constantly do these 5 things, we're going to always continue to receive what we got. You know, you've ever heard, if you keep doing the same thing, you're always going to get the same outcome, or you're going to get the same response. Or the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Well, guess what? We can't do what our ancestors and our forefathers have done and expect a different result. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's just not going to happen. Period. So, the fall of mankind. Number 1, when we started cooking our food, we destroyed one of the key components of food. And you guys can look this up. We are supposed to be a 6 sense individual, people. We're supposed to have 6 senses. We're operating on 5 because when we started cooking our food, we actually started destroying nutrients that feed the 6th sense. And this is done in what is called a biophoton. Okay, look all this stuff up. Please look it up. When we started cooking our food, we destroyed a nutrient that is needed, that is naturally in our food, okay, from the sun. It disconnected us not only from each other, but from our Creator, from our Mother Earth, and from our universe. It started disconnecting us, all right? That started the fall of mankind, all right? That is what started it. Number 2, when we started cooking our food, we started eating animals, all right? We don't have the anatomy, we don't have the makeup to eat animals, but we do it anyway. Then, we started, by cooking our food, we started eating things that we're not adaptable to eat, such as grains, okay? And I always like to say like rice, okay? We're not, well, most of the rice now in the United States is plastic anyway. We're definitely not adaptable to eat plastic, all right? And look this stuff up. I went and did a colonic, my first colonic. What date was it? It was January 29th. Did my first colonic. And my colonic therapist told me, she's like, you eat a lot of rice, don't you? I said, yes, ma'am. It's a lot of my diet. I love Mexican. That's what I eat. You know, and I love it. She's like, I can tell because it's still in you. And I hadn't eaten anything because I was just coming off of a 21-day water fast, water only. And I was surprised that I had anything in me. You'll be surprised once you go on an extended food vacation how much stuff is really in you. The average person has anywhere between 9 to 12 undigested meals in them. Okay, look this stuff up. Please don't take my word for it. Look it up. Do your own research. This is real, y'all. This is so real. And I was just blown away after fasting for 21 days that I even had anything in me. And she's like, oh yeah, this is normal. And we had a really good conversation about, fasting and what I was doing, why I was doing it, who got me involved, all the above. So from that, I got finished with the colonic and all that good stuff. She told me everything I had eaten within the last year and a half. She told me everything, and it was all true. It was all accurate. Because that was my diet. So fast forward, I'm learning about this stuff, and I'm learning about the biophotons and cooking of the food, eating the meat, eating things that we're not adaptable to eat. Number 4, the machinery in processing our food. Okay, now I'm processing food right now, but this is processing food in a good way, But processing the food like the Little Debbie's, the Snicker bars, those things, okay? That is absolutely, first of all, it's not food. And most of us know that, don't we? Okay, be honest with yourself. If you're watching the live, if you're watching the replay, be honest with yourself. You know that's not food. And the people I'm coaching now, the first question I ask everybody that calls me and communicates with me and says, hey, I like what you're doing. You lost 59 pounds. I want to know what you did. I'm interested in doing something like that. And I talk to them. We base a program based off of their needs, their wants, their concerns. And it's funny to me because we all know the truth. We just can't do better. Because the know better is the do better. All right, so we're processing our food. Then comes the Industrial Revolution where we start putting, big agriculture is putting pesticides, insecticides all in the foods. So really, food now is not even food. Food now is chemicals, okay? That's why it's so important to eat organic as much as possible. And even a step further, I'm now teaching people how to garden, okay? I've been doing it for years now. But I'm figuring out a way. See, everything is a process and everything has to keep going a step higher. Even though I've been gardening, this year my garden is going to be like 4 times larger than it normally is. One, because I'm eating more fruits and vegetables. Oh, and by the way, I have 17 fruit trees. And out of the 17 fruit trees that I have and that I own, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 of them are actually in the ground. The rest of them, guess what? The rest of my fruit trees are in pots. So, if you're the type of person you're like, oh, I ain't got room. You know what? One thing I found out, we will make excuses for the things that we can't do, and that's what irks me about people. Because what I need us to start doing, I need us to start figuring out ways and reasons why to do things, as opposed to excuses not to. All right, I gotta grab some fruit. So, I need us to start figuring out ways and reasons why to do things, as opposed to excuses of not to do it. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Because we will make some excuses. We would truly come up with some crazy excuses of why we cannot do the things that we need to do to get where we need to get to. If you live in an apartment, I have this thing going on right now called a tomato challenge. All right? It's very simple. I'm challenging people to grow 2 tomato plants. For those of you who've never grown anything, you're going to be so shocked when I tell you how easy it is to grow a tomato. Get you 2 pots. 1, 2 pots. Get you a pack of seeds. Get you a tomato, okay? Just a regular old tomato, all right? Slice the top off, slice the bottom off. I want you to get about 1 inch, all right? 1 inch of the tomato from the middle. Make sure it has plenty of seeds in it. I want you to get some organic dirt, organic soil, and you can get all this stuff from Walmart. You don't even have to go to the nursery or go to Lowe's or any place like that. You can get this stuff from Walmart. All right? By doing that, or doing so, fill your 2 pots up with dirt about 1 inch from the top. Are these grapefruits? Oh, these are grapefruits. I need oranges. I think I'm going to do 2 grapefruits, 4 oranges this time. I apologize, y'all. All right, once you have your dirt, I always say dirt, but it's soil. Once you have your good soil in your pots, okay? In the first pot, take your tomato that you've cut up and put it in the pot. Fill the rest of the pot up with dirt, okay? Should only be 1 inch left from the top. And then Do the same thing with the second pot. Fill that pot up to almost the top. Once you get it to almost to the rim, take that pack of seeds, whatever your favorite tomato is, I don't care. It'd be best if you grew 2 varieties, but it doesn't matter to me. I just want you to grow some tomatoes. All right. Once you put those seeds in there, fill the rest of the pot up, and you're going to water both pots. You're not going to water and drench the pots, but you're going to make sure that the soil is damp. And the whole entire process, you're going to make sure that the soil is damp. All right. Here in about 6 to 10 days, depending on how fast. And you want to put these pots in a warm area. Okay. If you got a spare bedroom that stays warm, yeah, that's perfect. 6 to 10 days, you're gonna start seeing little sprouts. And you can go back through some of my past videos. I'm showing you guys my little sprouts in the back because I did mine probably about 4 or 5 days before I came up with the thing about the challenge. And I actually got this idea from a farmer here in Surry County, Virginia. I was watching his video, and this man was like, nobody should ever buy tomatoes. And from that statement right there, and I wish I knew this gentleman's name so I can give him some credit. But I thought about that. I said, man, this is ridiculous. I'm doing all this eating healthy and all this crap. And one thing you can do, you can grow tomatoes darn near year round, okay? And I've been growing tomatoes for years, and here I am going to the grocery store buying tomatoes. I'm like, I must be crazy. So anyway, that's where the tomato challenge came from. So I'm challenging you. If you're watching this, grow you some tomatoes. You're gonna thank me later. I promise you're gonna thank me later because by growing tomatoes, then I can teach you how to grow celery, carrots. I mean, all this stuff is so easy to grow. We just don't realize it is. Okay, celery, carrots, radishes. I mean, okra, cantaloupe, watermelon. I got watermelon sprouts coming, and they started sprouting yesterday. I'll show you guys if I have time. I'll walk the camera to my back room so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But it's exciting. It's life. It's new life. It's a new beginning when you start growing some of your own food. And the reason we got to do this, especially more now than ever, is because we are in a situation where food is not food anymore. And the food that is food, the organic food, costs so much that it's almost just, it's way cheaper to just start growing your own. I'm telling you guys, you're going to thank me later. So, ladies and gentlemen that are watching, and those that are watching the replay, I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but all this is tied in together back to the fall of mankind, because as we keep cooking our food, and as we keep eating dead animals, think about it. When you go to the store, I call it the morgue now. When you go to the morgue and you're walking around, you guys I'm gonna have to wash my hands and leave the room for a moment. Okay, y'all bear with me. Give me like 10 seconds. And all this stuff is gonna be uncut because it's just gonna be live. Y'all give me 10 seconds. I'm coming. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. I am doing this for myself this morning, so I thought I could get through it without having to put on a glove. Anyway, I'll explain that story later. It's a crazy story. Don't want to get into that now. But as we continue going through life, and we're cooking our food, which leads to eating dead animals. Think about it. When you go into the grocery store, everything that you buy, well, most of the things that you buy to put on your table, especially the meat part, are dead. Okay? You're buying, we have been taught and trained to go and purchase with our hard-earned money dead carcasses, okay, that's been dead for a while, okay, because when it gets to the grocery store, it's been dead longer than what? A week? Would you agree with that? When you buy meat from the grocery store, it's been dead longer than a week. Most of the time, when we die, we either bury things or burn things, okay? But we've been conditioned to go, and this is crazy. Now that my eyes have been opened, this is crazy. We've been conditioned to go to the grocery store, walk directly into the morgue, and tell the person behind the counter, hey, give me 4 pounds of tuna or 8 pounds of redfish, or even worse, we'll go back to the freezer section and we will purposely pick up hamburger, pork chops, just the ones that had some meat, I can't even remember what, sausage, hot dogs. I mean, and we're doing it to ourselves. But we are under the hunger spell, and I'll talk about that another time. But think about that. When we should be eating live fruits and vegetables, everything I'm doing right now is all live, okay? And the reason you know it's live is because I can take this pineapple, all right, the one that I just cut up, and I don't know if y'all can see, y'all see all those pineapples behind me? I will take each and every one of these crowns and I will stick them off in some soil, and most of them will start growing. That's how you know your food is live. I could take these seeds right now and germinate these seeds, and some of them will start rooting and growing. That's how you know your food is alive. So, if you want to stay alive, then you have to eat alive. All right? You have to eat live, living things. But that's a whole nother tangent. All right. I'm still on these five. This five-fall of mankind. And it has taken me 2 months to really truly understand and studying this stuff, and studying these people that's teaching it, studying Christopher Aaron, studying John Rose daily. I'm talking about this is a daily thing for me, to actually finally start understanding what they've been talking about, because we've been so conditioned to do it the wrong way. And I mean, this truly is the wrong way. Going and eating dead animals that's been dead for a long time, it's not the way, y'all. I know you think you're doing something. And food is so important in our society and in our families that we can't do anything without food. Somebody gets married, what we have? Food. Somebody gets divorced, what we do? Go celebrate with food. Somebody has a birthday party, we got a birthday party tonight. What we gonna do? We're going to eat. Okay? I won't be eating because I'm on a fast right now. Somebody dies, we have a funeral, we have a repast, and we eat. There's nothing, and this is globally, there's nothing that we do when we get together when we don't eat. I can't think of anything. Y'all can think of something, please inbox and let me know. But anytime there's a celebration, what are we doing? We're eating. And think about the menu. Think about what we're eating. Okay? If everybody was to start just changing just simply one of things that they do a day, one meal a day, okay? Eat one raw meal a day. Just one. How much would the grocery stores have to start changing? How much would the farmers have to start changing? We can make changes, but we have to make changes together, okay? We have to do it together. We cannot, one individual, one Roderick Chappelle, one Christopher Aaron, one John Rose is not going to make the world change. One Raw Christina is not going to do it. But our voices are being heard, all right? Now, granted, I just started this lifestyle. I feel great. I feel awesome. I look younger. I feel younger. I mean, a lot of my high school classmates are like, Roderick, you look just like you did in high school. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay? Has it been easy? Nope. Has it been worth it? Yeah. Okay. Truly been worth it. Yes, indeed. Can't even, no question about it. The worth factor is nothing compared to the way I feel. And for those that don't know, prior to me going on the first fast, I was severely, I was suffering and had been suffering for 20 plus years with hypertension, which is high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high this, high that, joint pain, back pain, knee pain, a constant headache. I had a constant headache. I narrowed it down to 10 months. It might even have been longer than that. It might have been a year or two since my head had not hurt, which is crazy because think about dealing with a constant headache for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, or even a year. Think about that. Think about the agony that you're taking your body through every single day. And I noticed, because my diet back then was terrible, I would eat fried chicken and wedges for breakfast. I would eat burgers and chili cheese fries for breakfast. I was the king of the drive-thru. I have not gone through a drive-thru since January the 7th. I have not eaten a piece of meat or any dairy product since January the 7th. And I feel great. Honestly, I'm not shooting you the bull. I feel absolutely, positively wonderful. I feel wonderful. Okay? Except if I break my glass bowl, I won't be feeling too wonderful. Everything's gonna be uncut, y'all. I don't have that kind of time. But hopefully I'm helping somebody. And trust me, this journey is so different than what we're used to. Can you guys see me over here? Y'all cannot see these pineapples. I'm gonna turn the camera so you can. I was talking about these pineapples and how do you know you're eating live? All right. I've been saving these pineapples. I do this juice every morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 pineapple crowns here. Okay. From those 8 pineapple crowns, I'm gonna stick all 8 of them in some great soil, in some good soil. And out of those 8, probably 6 will start growing. And that's how you start producing your own pineapple. Okay? And I found this out recently. By doing that, after about, it takes a while to grow some pineapples. Okay? I did some calculations because I'm in the process of looking for some land. And I was like, you know what? If I can do that every day, if Jennifer and I can do 2 pineapples a day, that's 14 pineapples in a week. It's a lot of pineapples already. Think about how many pineapple plants we would have in 5 years. We would have a whole patch of pineapples. And it takes about, I think it's 22 months for you to even grow a pineapple. And from every plant that you put in the ground that starts growing, it will produce like 3 pineapples. And then it just keeps producing. That same plant keeps producing. I think that's what I discovered. Because I don't know. I don't know for a fact. I do know they grow. Because I've had pineapple plants in the past. And what I've done, I destroyed them by leaving them out in the cold, unfortunately, and them dying. But we have to start being and becoming more self-sufficient. If you want to live a great life, if you want to have that life and life more abundant that the Bible talks about, if you want to have a great life where you're not suffering, you're not taking meds, and that's what was getting on my nerves. It was the medication that they was giving me and how the poison was making me feel. And that's what I call medication now, because if you look at medication, or if you look at another word, which is pharmacy, and you look at the root word of pharmacy, which is pharmakia, pharmakia means poison maker. It is what it is. I'm not making this up. You know, this is stuff that I've been learning, especially from my mentor, Mr. Christopher Eric. He teaches this kind of stuff, and it has taken me a 3-year journey just to get to this point. 3 years. It took me 3 years to get here. 3 full complete years. So hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully you'll learn from my mistake, and it won't take you 3 years. Because I'm going to tell you, I look back at these past 3 years, and I'm like, dang, you mean to tell me I could have been living great, I could have been living awesome, I could have been living this life 3 years ago? Because I'm going to tell you this, you don't realize how bad you feel until you start feeling great. And trust me, you tried everything already. Try this lifestyle. Give it 90 days. Give this lifestyle 90 days. And if it doesn't work for you in 90 days, then go back to your old life. That's just, that's just real talk right there. And y'all see, it didn't take me long to get online, talk to y'all, prep my juices, and be finished. Because I'm done right now. I probably got 2 liters of juice there. That's going to last me half a day. That's half a gallon. I usually do a gallon a day. I did more than a gallon yesterday because I was hungry yesterday. But that's why we call this a juice feast. You can pretty much drink as much as you want. And in this lifestyle, you can practically eat as much as you want. I don't do any calories. I don't do any kind of calorie counting. I don't worry about my calories. I mean, I do. But when I'm hungry and when I'm eating, I'm eating. We call it, if we're not fasting, we feasting. I learned that from Chris also. If we're not fasting, we feasting. So hopefully something has been said this morning that will help you motivate to do better. And the only challenge I have for you is, well, I have several challenges for you. I have a tomato challenge for you, okay, which I already covered. And you can do this challenge in an apartment in New York City, okay? That's how easy it is to grow tomatoes. But that's one. And then 2, I got a fast that's going to come up starting April the 17th, 18th, and 19th. If you're interested, inbox me some kind of way. I'll get you in the group. We'll start working with you. We'll tell you what you need to do, things that you need to do to get prepped up. And it's just a 3-day journey, okay? If you want to take it longer, you're welcome to do that. If you don't want to do it at all, you're welcome to do that too. But it's out there and it's available to you. And then 3, I'm challenging you to something you can do right now immediately. I'm challenging you today for one of your meals, replace one of those meals with a good, healthy, and when I say healthy, that does not mean dairy products on your salad, does not mean, what else do we put on our salad that's not good? A whole bunch of things we do on our salads. Because a lot of us don't even know how to make a proper salad. But for the information that you have right now, I am challenging you today to incorporate every day a salad, a green-based salad, into your life and replace that salad with or replace one of your meals with that salad. Okay? Y'all do yourself a favor and start doing that. Promise you're going to thank me for it. But one, you're going to start feeling better. That's number 1. That's the first thing that's going to happen. You will start feeling better. And I say this all the time. To know better is to do better. So now that you have information, and now that you're learning to do better, you have to do better. But I also follow that up with this. Do better until you can do better. And what does that mean? You may not be able to go fully vegan right now. You may not be able to go fully raw like I have right now. You may not be able to do liquiditarian, but you can make some small changes right now. That's one thing that you can do. You can make changes right now. And I implore you, I challenge you to do what you can, okay, until you learn to do better. Because if you get on here and you've been inspired any kind of way, and you've been motivated in any way, I'm doing this every day, okay? I'm keeping track of my journey every single day. I wish I had been doing this the whole entire time. But part of that journey was for me, okay? This part of my journey is for you. So, thank y'all so much for being with me. I always close out my lives by telling you, I love you enough to tell you the truth. I love you enough to tell you the truth. So we've been together about 35 minutes now. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here.